Hey guys, Huzzy here bringing you another video and welcome back to the replay analysis series. Today we return watching Duke. He is actually the person we seem to be watching the most at the moment. Again, if you want to get into this series, I might be thinking of a different way to do it because it is a really buggy way to do it. You know, I try to open a replay and it doesn't work or it bug splats. So I don't know if there's another way I can do it that's better. No idea. I'm going to think about it though. But to join the series, it's either a Patreon tier or a Twitch. Tier 3, there we go. Tier 3 Twitch subscriber. And I'll message you. I generally send about 2 emails a month to the people. So if you've recently subbed on Twitch and you haven't got one, it's because I haven't sent the email out yet. And then we'll do that. Apparently Duke is AFK though. Enemy team was looking to invade. But what we'll just quickly do before anything happens is we will look at the ratings. So as you can see, that way, it's a pretty much a silver 5 game with a couple bronze 1s. So kind of, yeah, it fits the if it's the rating of the game. You'll notice, just to point out one big thing, is most people have a negative win rate in this game. Now, some people are like, how's that a thing? Again, you start ranked. When you're brand new to ranked, you start around silver 4 MMR. So the chances of having a negative win rate in bronze and low silver is actually quite high because you've actually had to go down from MMR point of view when you first begin ranked, and then you've got to work your way back up. But anything worth noting just to begin with, anything interesting? Well, there's a duo queue on Duke's team of the bot lane. You can tell that by the similar names. TFS. But more importantly, his lane opponent in top lane, he's playing Ornn, and I'm looking forward to watch some Ornn because I actually really like the champion, is a Maokai who is bronze 1 and has gone Thunderlords for some reason. I have no idea why you've gone Thunderlords on Maokai. Doesn't make sense. You're a tank after all. Your damage capabilities are basically nil point. Because if you're like, why? His damage could be good with all the saplings. You as a champion design is a pure tank, engager, CC bot, and if you go pure damage, you basically take away Maokai's design. You basically go, we're ignoring your champion design, and we're going to try and do something else, which is not really that good. If you want to do damage, pick something that is supposed to do damage. But anyway, that is that out of the way. Let's begin the game. Duke, by the way, is still AFK, so I cannot tell you guys enough. Don't be AFK at the start of games. It just isn't worth it. If you're going into ranked, make sure you've done everything that you needed to do before. If you need to go toilet, do it before queuing up. If you need to save a cat in a tree, go do that before. Don't randomly go do something in the loading screen, because sometimes everybody will just have a quick PC and you're in the game straight away. So make sure you don't do that. But Ornn as himself. So just a quick tip for Ornn. I stood in the point of you should probably start Corrupting Potion because you can't build Corrupting Potion. If you're unaware, Ornn technically doesn't have to go back and buy. He can craft items in lane, and that's the point. Craft items. He can't craft potions, he can't craft corrupting, but Skara, the wonderful chubby Asian man, actually came up with a big tip for Ornn players not that long ago. So you should actually start Ornn with, I have to remember it right, I think it's 2 health potions. Yeah, I think you start with 2 health potions, and that's it. You only buy 2 health potions, because then when you kill 3 minions in lane, you then can craft Doran's shield. So you get basically your Doran's shield and your health potion start, and then you get a bonus potion for basically nothing. So that's pretty much that. As like a basic tip. Corrupting Potion is still perfectly fine, just by the way. And Duke, who's in the Twitch chat, just put in brackets, the reason why he was AFK is apparently he was doing the loading screens for me, getting those stats. So, okay, so I'll say in your future games, if you are a part of the replay series, don't sacrifice your level 1. Don't sacrifice your level 1 to get the replay files. You can get them when you die, you know, once or something. You can get them any stage of the game. It doesn't have to be the beginning. But yeah, Ornn versus Maokai is a matchup. I actually think Ornn should do quite well in this matchup because I think Ornn does well against tanks in general. We randomly have a donation while it's going off. Gank coming up, and this is unfortunately Duke not fully paying attention, but I'm going to be honest, he probably can go for a kill. Auto attack. Need to go for that. And W. Nope. So I will say, so far, Duke hasn't been making use of what Ornn's W is actually supposed to be for. Ornn's W is supposed to be a CC denial. You know, sure, it has, you know, your damage, and it gives, like, a nice little extra damage if you hit the full flame and an auto attack, sure. But it's a big CC denial, and, you know, with the timing, it was around the 3-minute mark. He teleported into lane with, again, no vision, so the return gank is obviously very likely at this point. Again, you need to make sure you're using that W. Flash coming out. Probably I would just turn for the Maokai, try to get that kill. Shyvana's doing a bit of farming. There's a really, really slow flash by Jarvan, and Duke will go down yet again. So this, unfortunately, is the trap that a lot of top laners fall into of not really thinking. Is that you've just been ganked. You blew your flash, I think, in the previous gank, if I'm not mistaken. So you have no vision. That's how you got killed in the first place. And then you teleport to go on people yet again in the same exact situation. A lot of top laners do that, and there's just 2 quick deaths. Basically, that could have been avoided just for really thinking. Again, it's my biggest thing that I've always said. Most people that play a league don't think when they're playing. They're just in an autopilot mode, just playing and pressing buttons. It's like Homer Simpson doing his nuclear plant security or whatever. Like, he doesn't think. But as for the items, so some people to try why boots. Boots isn't a bad option. Combat stats, you don't really need that many combat stats on Ornn because a lot of your damage comes from the W, which does percentage health. So the boot option isn't that bad, especially if he's been ganked twice already. You know, could he have built something different? Maybe a Doran's shield to help him actually sustain in lane. I would have personally gone. But the boots, by all means, wasn't a bad item. Anyway, Shyvana coming for a gank. We know Maokai doesn't actually have a flash, so this should be an all-in, just go for the engage. Don't think they're going to get anything from it. Good pillar, actually, so they might be able to if he goes through. Never mind. It is a hard, you know, person to gank. He is still relatively tanky, as just a Maokai in general, with survivability spells. And it's such a long lane that if you're not, like, collapsing straight away, he can just run away. So, yeah. As for the team comp, because we haven't really spoken about team comp itself yet. So you've got, like, decent team fight, I'd say, on both teams. Also, this ward, I'd only ever do this ward if you make sure there isn't a blasting plant here. So what I would generally do is walk around. If you want to put a ward down, walk around, take the blasting plant, blast yourself back over, and then ward. Because this ward does not help you if they blasting plant into this bush. You won't be aware that they're coming, and you'll probably get caught out a lot easier. That actually may have what happened in the first gank with Jarvan. I'm not actually sure. Jarvan go for another gank. Unfortunately, Lux does go down. Again, one of the I do enjoy my Lux, but one of the biggest weaknesses with the champion is that she is so easy to kill. Like, ridiculously easy. One bit of CC, dead. Like, it's been her weakness for kind of years. Jarvan coming for another return gank. Duke hasn't fully paid attention, so he is actually potentially in trouble. If Maokai collapsed at the perfect time, that actually could have been a little bit of a risky move. Fortunately, nothing happens. And then we do see Jarvan leaving, so he is now safe. Bot lane, and as itself, Vayne really shouldn't be winning this lane. You know, it's a duo queue Xayah. Well, run to say Xayah is stronger than Vayne in lane. And the duo queue situation. So this is a little bit worrying. Hopefully that they'll be okay in the mid-late game. But what I want to see from Duke moving forward is just get his XP, try to get neutral with the Maokai, and then really just try to take control of the lane. Fight him a lot when you have your mana. Like, you can't really fight now. He's probably going to buy a Sapphire Crystal, I'd imagine. Oh, no, he goes for the Bammies. Okay. You can't really fight when you have no mana. That is one of the biggest reasons why Ornn does have to go back and buy, like, to the actual base. And I'd suggest he does that when his teleport's up. So he goes back, get some mana, and then really go ham on trading with him. Obviously being careful, you know, where's Jarvan when you're going for the trades. But in a pure 1v1, Ornn should just win these, like, outright. You can see just that little trade there, he won quite easily. Lux does die again, which, again, I'm not surprised with. And one big point I actually have to just say, which is in just general advice, is the Shyvana. Would I recommend something like Shyvana in this rating, which is Silver 5, Bronze, etc.? Hell no. Like, to me, it's probably one of the worst junglers you can play in lower rating. The reason for it is lower rating games, more than anywhere else, Diamond, whatever, can get out of control very easily in the early game, mid game, whatever it may be. And Shyvana is an amazing champion in late game. Her scaling is nigh on comparable. Like, it's incredibly strong. But if a game gets a little bit out of control and you're playing Shyvana jungle, there is literally nothing you can do. All right, there's another gank coming. He will probably get away. He does, which is good. But yeah, like I would completely stay clear of Shyvana. It's just not a big enough impact jungler comparing to what you need. Like look at Jarvan. There's been 4 kills on the map right now. He's been involved in all 4. Shyvana's done nothing apart from farm. So they do eventually get a nice kill on the Vayne, which is great. Does look like she was kind of near the tower trying to kill the Xayah. Doesn't actually end up getting it. Now, Duke is just staying around the top lane. His mana is regenning. And what I would do actually right now is blow his horn. I think about 5 seconds ago, maybe even 3 seconds ago, when Maokai was here, he should have gone for an all-in with his horn, with his big, massive bull. Because even if you don't kill him, he would have pretty much 100% got a flash. So I would have probably gone for that, to be honest. Anyway, let's continue. Apparently there's some people donating. Thanks very much. Good kills coming in. Well, actually, bad kills coming in bot lane. Ahri roams down the bot lane and does pick up a double kill. Unfortunately, again, we're not expecting to have Lux having that much pressure. But what she did that was a bad mistake. Was not push it in. So you'll notice that she kind of was like, do I go bot lane, and then changed her mind. Meanwhile, her wave isn't even in the tower. So like she should have at least pushed that into the tower. And one thing just to kind of say that you should do as Lux that is kind of different different to most champions in mid lane is use your ultimate to push the wave. It's a really low cooldown ultimate, especially when you're already 0-2. You're probably not looking for kills, so at least look for pressure on the mid wave. And someone's saying in the Twitch chat, odd, Shyvana is the number three win rate in silver. Win rates don't mean everything. Like, my advice comes from years and years and years of playing and smurfing through silver, and I would never touch Shyvana with low rating people. It just isn't worth it to me. Especially, like, put it this way, I'm saying that even from a smurf, I would even stay clear away if you're an actual silver player. Like, maybe a diamond smurf in silver can make it work. I wouldn't touch it. Engage coming through, Jarvan doing a lot of damage, but he should go down, and he does go down. Ahri's coming up the rear, but doesn't have her ultimate. Hopefully my team can get away, and she does get blasted, which is good. So now, Duke has not actually gone back yet, so I'd say one big mistake he's actually making specifically on Ornn is that you need mana. He's a very intensive mana champion. He's got his teleport. I would go back and buy, get the full mana, and then just start trading the living hell out of this Maokai. You will beat this guy in trades pretty much every single one you go for, as long as you're hitting your full W and getting the auto attack. So that's what I'd say he should be doing, is going back, buy, get that mana, and then just trade. If you don't kill him, you're going to get a lot of pressure on him, and that's kind of what we need now, because the rest of the map, it's not going terribly, but it's not going great either. Maokai actually W's the completely wrong target, which is kind of weird. And it's pushing into his tower now. So I'm hoping that a base does come through pretty soon. Get as many last hits. And boom, another kill on the Vayne, which is lovely. Fortunately, Xayah does go down. Both supports pick up the kills. And that will probably be the end of that trade. Vayne rushing Bork. I presume Essence Reaver for Xayah. Still 20 CS down. Again, as Ornn. Hey, she did actually pick up a kill. Nice. So that must have been a full combo hit with the Lux damage. Does pick up a kill, so that's really good. But yeah, I'm not, I can say the point more, but you're just not going to trade effectively enough when you have no mana. And Maokai, by the way, will know this. You can see visibly the mana bar of your opponent, and Maokai be like, I can just trade with this guy or annoy him because there's not a lot he can do about it. So yeah, Jarvan picks up a kill on the Rakan. Probably just a bit of overstay by himself in lane. But as Ornn, what is your job specifically? Well, in lane phase, to be honest, you are actually kind of a bully. Obviously, the 2 early plays that cost the 2 deaths kind of delayed the bullying. This would be interesting. Maokai going for, I wouldn't say he's going for a dive. Does get rooted, but nothing's going to come of it. So again, right now, go back and buy, get that mana, and look for a trade 100% now. Why? Because Maokai now doesn't have ult. It's not a very long cooldown, but still, it's probably worth doing. While he's going to go back, let's just have a little look what's happening around the map. Potentially like a 1v1. All right, there's a little bit of damage. Damn, that was unfortunate that I didn't root. Maokai actually staying in lane. Ornn not deciding what he's doing yet. Does go for the teleport back. So the teleport back, I think it's the right decision, but hopefully his team is aware that, as for timing, they're about to start Dragon, potentially, as their top laner just used teleport, and the Maokai still has teleport. Now, what I would want from Duke is push, 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 push. Why? Because the enemy team, or my team's doing Dragon, they do get it, which is good, but you need vision of the Maokai, so he could be, like, in this bush right now, teleporting. But yeah, just get that pushing, get the pressure going on. Do want some vision potentially in the river. We don't have any vision right now. Looking for a trade. Does miss the knock-up, unfortunately. But this should be a relatively free trade as long as Jarvan doesn't come. Maokai is actually purposely taking it. But I presume Jarvan is top lane. Yeah, why else? Okay, where's the horn? We need the ult. Okay, there is a flash. Where's the ult? Okay, he destroyed Jarvan ultimate with his... There's the ult. Little bit too late, to be honest. Potentially could have just gone for the kill on Maokai. If he hit the W on the Maokai, the full W with the damage and everything with a knock, I think he potentially would have killed him. Where he only hit partial and got the auto attack. So again, that's just decision making, and I'd probably put that down to just knowledge of Ornn. If like somebody had a lot of games at Ornn and knew how much damage he dealt, I reckon they probably would have turned and tried to go for a kill. All right, big damage coming down. Oh, that's not good. They'll probably still win the fight, unfortunately, for my team. But that wasn't very good from the Vayne and the Leona, condemning them out of the Leona stun. And yeah, so it does seem that these guys aren't great at the Rakan Xayah. Again, they are a bit more like, let's say, advanced mechanics. Maybe a bit too much for low silver. And you know, that's up to you. If you want to just have fun and play the game whatevers, then sure, play more advanced mechanic champions. Oh, okay, she does get probably a double kill, I'd imagine. Oh, no, she doesn't. Maybe? No. It's up to you, but again, when it comes to climbing, I wouldn't make the game any more difficult for yourself. When diamond players who are in the top 1% of the game struggle with these champions, I think it's a pretty, like, easy thing to say is like, I shouldn't touch that. Like, I know I wouldn't. You know, if I was a low rating player, I would not touch any of the advanced stuff. Because I just don't think it's worth it. I know I wouldn't be able to pull it off what I need to do. Anyway, again, I want to see trades. Trade. You are level down, but I think that's completely fine. Again, he's not using his saplings effectively. You know, they're not getting the increased damage. You can see he is clearly winning these trades right now. And I want him to do it all the time. He obviously hasn't gone for a mana item in the early game. There are saplings coming out now. Now, go on him. Should have, like, gone straight on top of him. Because every single spell you're using on Ornn, because you haven't gone a mana spell early, you're getting really punished if you are not like hitting those spells. Go! Trade him. Don't run away. You know where Jarvan is. He's in bot lane. This should be 100% like an all-in engage. Right, we want to see the horn. He is unfortunately, and that is obviously from what we've been talking about, him using abilities when he probably shouldn't be. But does pick up a kill eventually. But I need to see that more aggression. Ornn as a champion, like, I know a lot of people don't rate him, but he is an aggro-intensive top laner. Like, he's a tank, obviously, but he's aggro-intensive because he's not item-based in his damage. You can build him full tank and do a decent amount of damage, and you need to, like, make use of that. You've got Grouse the Undying. Your Maokai against you randomly has Thunderlords. Just go on him. Like, especially when you know where their Jarvan is. Double kill bot lane. Go. Like, even if Shyvana didn't even come then, I reckon that should have been, like, an all-in. Anyway, they are racing for the first tower. My team will pick it up. Yeah, they just got it. So they do get the bonus gold. So that's a nice little race. That is a win. But for the game itself, obviously, Lux did die again. It's not looking great. You know, you've got a top laner 0-3. You've got Lux that has already died 3 times. You've got Xayah that's died 4 times. You've got Rakan that's died 4 times. Not looking great. But as for a comp, it's still definitely winnable. You know, well, I'd say games are more winnable in lower rating than anywhere else in the game. Because, again, people aren't maximizing their champions. But it is looking unlikely because of just the increased pressure. And this is, again, what I'm talking about. Look at the difference between the Jarvan and the Shyvana. And I know, like, you can say, oh, one game, you know, you can use the, you know, one game isn't, you can't go off it. True, but on average, I would reckon this is how most games go between a Jarvan and a Shyvana. Shyvana will have more farm, less impact. Jarvan will have crazy good impact and potentially close out a game. But there is always hope. There is always hope that sometimes when you get to the mid-late game, people are just like, we don't know what to do. I will say they don't have a great sieging comp. They have a diving comp. So dives can always go bad. You know, how do I know they have a diving comp? Well, it's Leona, who can jump in with an AoE stun, Jarvan, who literally is designed to jump in, Maokai, who's putting all that CC over top with an Ahri that also can dash in. So they do very much have a dive in comp. And again, like I said, dives can go really bad. You know, you could be ahead, go for a dive, you all die because you just played it badly, miscoordinated it. Gank coming in top lane. And probably going to go down. So again, one big thing I've not seen from Duke the whole pretty much game is not using his W as a CC immunity. It's one of the biggest things with Ornn of actually how you're supposed to play him is press W when you're about to get CC'd and you won't get CC'd. That was not a great Lux ultimate. Ugh, Shyvana's going for it, does not get it. Now Lux is going for the dive. Will she get it? Just needs to E. Boom, and does get it. So, a interesting turn of events. 3 people die. 3 people die. Okay. So, the enemy team do have double the kills right now of my team. They are 4,000 gold ahead. I don't think that teleport is a good idea. It's a Maokai. He's not a tower-pushing champion. I wouldn't have teleported to that. He may have got 200 health from the tower. Maybe. I think it's more valuable. You know, sometimes when you're having a rough time in top lane, look for a teleport play. If you're a CC intensive champion, Ornn is, you can ultimate knock 5 people up if you really had to. So I potentially would have saved the teleport, look for a roam with that teleport, try and make an impact that way. But yeah, I wouldn't have teleported for that. Okay, so we can still go for trades, just we don't have a lot of vision. We do see that Jarvan and Leona is bot lane. We don't know where Ahri is, and she was the one that just roamed to top lane. There's Vayne as well. So I think you could potentially go for trades now, especially that Shyvana is coming. So go all in, I would pretty much go. He potentially would flash over the wall. There's the CC immunity we've been looking for the whole game. Gotta go free kill. So that can happen a lot. You know, that can really happen all the time. If Shyvana wanted to come top lane a little bit more. But I'll say Duke as an Ornn, again, what we mentioned is he could potentially could have killed this Maokai by himself a couple times if he did have the confidence to just trade with him and look, just fights. An extended fight. Like Maokai, he may have a bit more burst, especially that he's gone Thunderlords for some reason with his Q Sapling W Thunderlords proc. But after that, he's not really going to do much. Another dive, like I mentioned, enemy team is a dive team. Just to remind everybody, I've not watched this game. I don't know the outcome. All I know is, you know, what I can see in front of me, and you can tell that they're going to be diving a lot just by their general team comp. So that isn't really a hard prediction to make. Ornn is coming down. Maokai uses teleport to top lane, so this potentially could be a good turn. You know, Shyvana as herself isn't weak. Lux isn't weak. Does go way too close, though, and just gets exploded. Don't know why she did that. Shyvana, I don't know, maybe they can do something here with the Shyvana. If it's, well, not if it's 4 people. If it's 3, then maybe. Duke is actually going in by himself right now. The enemy team, I would not be surprised, just turn on him. He does need backup, though. So he is just going to be fighting these two. And the team not doing anything yet. Does Horn and should be looking for a 3-man. Does miss it. Going to be going through them, though. 2 kills straight away. Does pick it up, which is nice. If he did hit his ultimate, he would have killed way more people. Good charm, but probably will go down. Really good knock-up, actually. But is now completely by himself. Somehow that missed. I have no idea. It looked like it went completely through the Rakan. They are going with, you know... Whoa! Good survivability from him. Okay, Ahri, that is just so greedy. Wow, that was greedy. And this is what I mean. This game, I'm going to be honest, should have been lock, stock, and barrel for the enemy team. Probably isn't. Like, I don't know. That wasn't good. You know, the enemy team, as they're just general champions, are so much stronger in, like, just the 1v1s at the moment. Like, you've got a 1-7 Xayah versus a 6-5 Vayne. This game should be practically over. But you never know. You know, again, it's not a disrespect to lower rating, because some people, you know, again, you have to kind of take these commentaries for what they are. It's an educational commentary. I'm not here to make fun or anything like that. I'm just saying how it is. Low rating games are odd in the fact that because people aren't playing the 100% correct way or don't exactly know what they're doing, games really aren't ever over unless it's like 100% over. And to be honest, with a Maokai potentially building Rod of Ages, and for some reason got boots of that with this cooldown boot, if he does finish that rower and has got boost of lucidity, I'm actually going to say Duke's team is going to win. Because because I don't know who does that. What thought is going through the Maokai's mind at 22 minutes? I need a rower that takes 10 minutes to even do anything. Jarvan go full engage by himself, practically. They should be looking... Okay, does the right thing. Boom! Lux ult coming through everybody. Gets a nice kill on the Vayne with the Ornn ultimate. Fight's continuing. Ornn in the mix. You can just see Ornn having a relatively good team fight impact. Not dying, doing AoE damage. Ahri just walking straight into everybody. Ace. Like, again, Shyvana came into the fight late, but it actually worked out really well because she's full health and does a lot of AoE damage. So by the time that the enemy team used most of their ultimates, Shyvana was like, hello, I'm here. So a lot of people will go back to my earlier point and go and see, Shyvana's really good in Silver. Again, not really. This game should have been over by the lead that the enemy team had, but so much misplay is happening that the Shyvana is now really strong, and she will continue to get strong. Like I said earlier, I think Shyvana as a champion is incredibly strong. In her late game, she nearly beats everything in a 1v1. Like, maybe not Jax, but apart from that, she's incredibly strong. But this game should have been over, so... yeah. But yeah, really nice team fight. It always looks like an Ornn or a big bruiser isn't doing a lot in a team fight, but I'm going to be honest, he probably did a lot in that team fight. Just general CC, being a distraction, just slowing people, ulting. He did get, I think, a kill on the Vayne. So it doesn't look, because it's just a big goofy guy just sitting in the middle of a team fight, but that is the exact place he needs to be. So that's a good thing for Duke. Next item I would say that he probably should be building is Warmog. So Warmog as an item for Ornn, I knew it as soon as this champion was announced that he had the mechanic. They might be doing Baron, by the way. They are. Hopefully that the Shyvana does get there. She does have ultimate, but nope. And that's what they get for zero vision and kind of lack of awareness, is the enemy team randomly get Baron. They are going for an engage, which is very questionable considering that the enemy team just got Baron. Ornn does go down to the Vayne. Let's just watch how this goes. You've got the carries in the correct position. If the enemy team keep going, they probably can kill. Good luck. So Ahri went straight into it, but my team is taking too long to kill anything. But they do end up killing everything. And Lux potentially can finish off the Maokai because he has a Rod of Ages for some reason. Should be using her spells. And there we go. He does actually blow Flash, but Flash is in a straight line. So still gets hit by it. So the enemy team do Baron, but die instantly. Basically to misplay and miss item builds. If the Maokai actually was tanky and like actually was tanking stuff, then it would give Vayne a lot more opportunity to just attack with freedom. But because he's gone Rod, he's not tanky at all. Like, a Lux that is now building strength probably will nearly one-shot their tank. That's never a good thing. But that's okay. You know, Baron, it was a big mistake not having vision of it or not looking to rotate for it. But an ace straight after, if I'm not mistaken, that's more gold than the Baron's worth. So that's good. That's completely fine. But yeah, hopefully he builds Warmogs. As I was saying before the Baron thing was happening, as soon as this champion was announced and he had the mechanic that he could build items without going back, Warmog sprung to my mind, because if you don't have much mana issues in mid-late game, which Ornn doesn't really, his mana issues kind of level out, especially when you buy the Abyssal Mask, is that then you can start... Meanwhile, there's a little fight going on. Then you can start regenning after every single fight. Literally, you can be in a massive team fight, nearly die, and then 10 seconds later be on full health. Maokai going for an engage without any vision. Jarvan going to go all in. Hopefully my team just focus the Jarvan as much as they can. Leona ult getting a really nice stun. Ball coming the whole way through. Does go down. Not amazing grouping coming out. Ornn in the middle of the team fight. Again, that's where he wants to be with a big Lux ultimate. Ornn still in the mix. Vayne true damage is going to be a little bit damaging, and you have to be careful of it, but she just basically ran into a Lux and an Ornn. So they do end up again winning a good team fight. A lot, pretty messy, but it's perfectly fine. That's what I mean. If you had Warmog right now, full health, and then the enemy team are like, wait, that's their tank that we nearly killed, and now he's already full health. And you can do that, by the way, as team fights are happening. If you can like get really low, the enemy's focused you kind of sneak out, you regen while the team fight is still going on, you come back in and go, hey, what's going on, everybody, I'm back. It's so tilting when you see somebody that's like really like hard to kill and they come back with full health. It's like, oh. But yeah, obviously, like I mentioned, the duo queue of my team, not doing well. I will put that down to the champions. I just don't think Azaya Rakan is worth doing in lower rating. Just play more basic stuff. Like, I don't know. To me, it's not really worth it. Just play something that's easier to pull off. that does similar damage, like Lucian, if you really want to. He's not amazing in the meta, but again, meta doesn't really matter down here. So just play something that's easier to pull off, because they aren't easy to pull off, let's be real. I'm pretty sure everybody will agree. In order to be a good Xayah Rakan, especially in duo queue, you need to be, like, jumping around and like, you know, knocking up and hitting the charm and the roots, like, all over the place. And it's very crazy and quick, and you need very quick mechanics and reaction time. To me, just isn't worth it. Okay, enemy team, my team actually, sorry, getting caught out. Ornn does come in a bit too late. Potentially, this isn't going to go very well again, because the Xayah, she was in good position. Ornn now by himself, good position, but she doesn't do the damage that the team needs. So, unfortunately, that is just people getting caught out. Again, these games can go any way, each direction, and mistakes like that are pretty big. For some reason, Maokai is teleporting top lane. No idea. Yep. When his team is looking to get a tier 2 bot lane, he's going to go top lane with his teleport. Like I mentioned, his teleport. Teleport is a spell that shouldn't just be used really liberally, especially in late game. It's a distracting spell that gives you big pressure in late game. That, okay, team, I'll go top lane, push, and then teleport to come help you if you get in trouble. You don't go teleporting when your team is trying to pressurize this. You don't do that. Anyway, the enemy team is continuing to pressure, which if they do, they probably have to be a little bit careful, because now the respawns have happened, and the grouping should occur once again. Shyvana is now by herself looking for an Ahri kill. Might get it. It depends if Ahri... She does still have flash, and now she is going to get completely bamboozled. And again, that's what you get for being alone. This game, to me... It's not an easy game to win, you know, by any means, but for Duke's team, because of how weak his bot lane are. I don't think Leona wanted to do that, I'm going to be honest. If she wanted to do that, that was a bit weird. Engage coming through, and they are going to die for it. And they both die. So, double kill for Xayah, that's nice. Ornn's going to be fighting the Maokai. 100% he should be looking for this. There are, obviously, now is an XP lead on the Maokai's favour because of the random teleports going to, like, side lanes and stuff. But I would wager at this stage of the game, Ornn would just completely wreck a Maokai anyway. Well, he should have been wrecking him the whole game, practically. But what is Ornn's job? So what is Duke supposed to be kind of looking to do? Nice kill on the Vayne there. Well, pushing the side lanes, perfectly acceptable. Build up the wave. When you've built up the wave enough, you can leave it, because then the minions are slow pushing it, and sometimes slow pushing is the most effective way of leaving a lane. And there's the Warmogs, nice, because then you can group with your team, and then the minion wave is building, instead of just pushing it easily. So, like, if you push it straight away, you're not leaving that many minions, you're leaving 6 minions to push. But if you, like, let it slow push, your minions might die, like, 1 or 2 minions a wave, but they're getting 6 every single wave, and it just builds the numbers really big, and that looks a lot more, like, worrying than just like one wave pushing. So yeah, that's the idea of slow push. Now Baron is up in 35 seconds. We've already seen the enemy team is not afraid to do Baron without anybody dead on the enemy team. They'll just do it. So right now there should be, so you know, the getting vision. You can see the enemy team are in the general area. That's not a coincidence. Engage potentially coming in on the Ahri. They don't get anything for it. Xayah's positioning though. She just walks directly into the Ahri, and then Rakan also misses his stuff. Lux is now by herself, does go down. Whew, this bot lane is struggling a lot. And what I'd say is it's partially the bad mechanics, but it's also bad decision-making. She literally walked straight to try and kill the Ahri when there was, like, a Jarvan and stuff next to them. It's like, did you not see them? And I'm guessing they didn't. They probably didn't see. So... unfortunate, but that's just the way that it goes. They potentially could hold this off. Okay, they should probably look for a fight, but Shyvana is just running away. The reason why I say they could look for a fight is because the strongest people on the team, well, with the CC, are kind of here. Like, if they're looking for, like, here's my point. They're looking for a fight now that Ornn's dead. If they were gonna fight, why didn't they fight when Ornn was, like, in the middle of them? To me, that just makes way more sense. Rakan Charm coming through. Again, probably a bit too late, because now they're both dead. And they don't get anything for it. So now Xayah, I would imagine, will die if she's not careful. Now she gets the ultimate off. You should be auto-attacking a lot. No auto-attacks. Again, orb walking is arguably one of the And Vayne also died to tower, by the way. Orb walking or attack moving is one of the most, if not the most important mechanic an AD carry has to do. Has to. Without a shadow of doubt, if you're an AD carry, you have to do it. And she didn't do it once there. Again, I don't want to give them too much of a hard time, but I've got to say what's going bad, and that is bad. Is that she just tried to run away without auto-attacking once. Does go down Lux, which is not good. So again, this game, it's just a lot of mess, generally. But I guess that's kind of what these games are like sometimes. But what would fix it? Oh, what would fix it a lot? I would say grouping obviously would help. People not just tunnel visioning straight into try to get the kill. Boom, good knock up and nice. You know, the carries have to play a little bit more defensive. Thank you very much, Sandman. And priority, really. Priority on the right targets. Like, a lot of people in lower ratings are always like, you have to focus the Vayne. And obviously, yes, she's a high priority target. If Jarvan, in pretty much every single team fight, has gone to the back with his ultimate, kill the Jarvan instantly. Like, just kill him dead. And then you can focus on other things. Because, yeah, I've seen it so many times of when, like, lower rating people are like, you have to focus the AD carry. And then people don't realize, yeah, but there's, like, tanks in the way. How can we? You can't. That's the point. You've got to, like, work together to either let your carries attack the back line, let them get there, or you take care of the enemy front line so then they can attack for free. So yeah, that's just one thing worth noting. Ornn as a champion, he should be trying to position himself between, like, their damage and the Xayah. Just give her a layer, like a wall, that hopefully the enemy team can't really get through. And let the Shyvana kind of do what she's probably going to do anyway. Kind of jump in and just try to kill the Vayne. Or be a massive distraction. Enemy team looking to group. Okay, this is, I reckon, going to be a pretty big team fight incoming. At least they're together, and that's what we want. At least they are together. So I don't know how this is going to get engaged on. It wouldn't surprise me if the Leona looks for engage, because that's what she's generally been doing the whole game. But an Ornn can engage with his ultimate. It's not a bad engage. It is sometimes hard to dodge. So let's see how it goes. Enemy team is staying. You know, when you're seeing the Vayne just still staying around, you know something's still going on. Unfortunate not a kill with the Lux there, but good damage at least. Good damage is still great. Rakan potentially looking for it. Okay, there's a good... That's potentially the engage coming out. No, it's not. Potentially I would have gone there. Because you know Ahri's low health from the Lux, so she's not going to be the massive help that, you know, she normally would be. And you did get a nice little engage there on, you know, get nothing for it. Enemy team potentially doing Baron. Again, we've already seen that they've done Baron once this game. They are on it right now. We can tell by the pings, and we actually can see a little bit of abilities going on with the replay file. Right, this should be good. Ahri, unfortunately, waiting in a bush, does actually get one kill. Shyvana... So, a small mistake, I'd say. Well, not a small mistake. A mistake from Shyvana is not running to the Baron straight away. Good ult by Xayah, but then goes forward. Need to be auto-attacking. Keep watching the Xayah on the side. See how many auto-attack she does. Ornn does go down, unfortunately. Shyvana in the middle of the team fight. Keep auto-attacking. She is now auto-attacking a whole bunch. She will go down. Enemy team survive with a Maokai. Shyvana's very low health. Again, if she had a Warmogs this game, she could probably fight. Oh, no, they had a GA on Jarvan as well, and he survives with the Guardian's Angel. So 2 people live on the enemy team. There was a couple of mistakes there. Obviously, firstly, a Lux walking into an Ahri, not really expecting it. Fair enough, that can happen. But then secondly, instead of a Shyvana running straight to try and contest it, she just went on the Ahri to get the kill. I know that's probably what most people would do, but the better thing to do was probably try and stop the Baron. But anyway, they're going for an inhib. I don't know if he's actually going to be able to get this. Shyvana might be able to deter him enough. I think she should go. Like, should 100% go in right now. She has backup and then didn't really use it. Jarvan decides to go all in. Lux is struggling, but they will probably both go down. And that isn't worth it. Why is that not worth it? That's their Baron buff gone. They should have just got the inhibitor and then been happy with that and run away. But for some reason, they went in and now they don't have Baron buff anymore. So this game, it's a weird game. I don't know how much longer is left. I can't remember how long the game was. Again, I haven't watched it before. But I would reckon there's probably around 5 minutes-ish left. I reckon there's going to be one big team fight and it's going to break open the game. But yeah, the majority of what's left in this game, of what I can advise, especially Duke in particular, is he's been doing it for the most part, but it's just basically trying to protect the Xayah as much as he possibly can. Which is hard, I will say, and I will give you, it is hard in this game because of they're not very good. It is hard to protect people that themselves, they can't trust themselves, really. If you can, like, the higher rating you go, the more you can trust people, right? It's like, oh, if you're in Challenger, you know that AD carry is amazing. So you're like, I'm protecting you. I trust you to do your thing. But this game, not even on the ratings of this game, just in how they've performed, it's not the biggest confidence. But another thing I will point out is the later this game does go on, my team does have a slight advantage in item builds. Again, just to kind of add, we are nearing, like, when everybody has their full builds. But because there is an Ornn in the game, look, you've got upgraded Rabadon, upgraded Molten Edge, Infinity Edge, upgraded Salvation, which is Redemption. These are better versions of items the enemy team can't get. So technically, if they can hold on and use these items to their full advantage, they do have an advantage. So let's just see how it goes. This is probably one of the last team fights, if not the last team fight of the match. My team can definitely win it on a couple of conditions. Biggest condition, I'll say, especially now that Jarvan doesn't have his Guardian's Angel, inevitably he's going to jump in. He's done it in every single team fight. He jumps in, my team should instantly kill him. Then look to turn on potentially a Vayne that shouldn't at that stage have much protection because Leona and Maokai are probably already in the fight and probably not doing much. Maokai isn't going to do any damage. They should be engaging 100% right now. Leona's completely by herself. That was a free engage. Xayah's getting some nice free. Okay, here comes the fight. Lux is actually looking for an ultimate. Doesn't get an amazing ultimate. Kill the Jarvan. This is what I've been saying. He's dead. Keep going. They kill the Vayne, which they 100% free kill because she had zero protection. Like I mentioned, she wouldn't. And they do get a double kill. Ahri did nothing the whole team fight because for some reason the enemy team went in. Well, I literally, again, I haven't watched this at all, but that team fight pretty much went how I said it would. Jarvan, 100% every single team fight, you can guarantee he's going to jump in the backline. You kill him. Then you jump on the Vayne because there's no protection. Because, I don't know, like, to me, the enemy team have played practically the same way the whole game. And what, again, everybody gets comfortable with certain play styles, but let me just say, if I was a Smurf in this game, I could literally have typed out how this game was going to go 5 minutes ago. And just tell the team, all right, Jarvan's going to jump in at the backline, kill him, then prioritize. Going to go for a kill on the Ahri. She now does use her ultimate away. They should be prioritizing the tower. Ornn's going to be trying to keep her away, which is perfectly fine. Don't know if the game is over. They are hopefully going to get this kill. They do, which is great. They should be trying to get in here potentially. I think they should commit to this because they are... Yeah, okay. Commit to it, commit to it, commit to it. No, no, no. The tank should not be running away. They should be fighting. Now Shyvana commits to the fight. They do pick up one kill. Ornn's going to try and get away the Vayne because she has no protection right now. Good knock-up going on. Maokai's probably not going to do anything. Does get a root, though, on the Xayah. He shouldn't have enough damage to do anything at that stage of the game. And that is the game. So, again, pretty predictable. She does kill the Vayne, too. But this game's been pretty predictable. Is that for some reason, I will say that kind of fight could have gone cleaner because the Ornn, both Duke and the Shyvana were not going to go in then, but then they realized, wait, we can kill this. But it's happened again. Jarvan went in when he shouldn't have. Vayne was left alone. It's the same thing every single team fight. If the enemy team, I'll say this right now, in one team fight said, we're going to protect the Vayne, that's all we're going to do, they would have won easily. Like, easily. They have a 16, 13, 11 Vayne that is full build. If you protected her and not let people get to her, not let the Shyvana or the Ornn actually get on top of her, easy. Really easy game. But it's a win. It's a nice win. You know, I didn't expect it at the beginning of the beginning of the game with how badly it was going. But as the game kind of went through with how the playstyle of the enemy team went, it was just kind of becoming obvious what they were doing in every single fight. And you can just beat that. Like, it's just like, okay. Just kill the front line, kill the Jarvan, then work on the Vayne that the Leona's completely left alone, and then you just win. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, throw a like on the video. I like doing these replays as just nice extra videos, as I think they have like a shot of education in them, with hopefully a little bit of entertainment. So if you guys do enjoy them, you want more, throw a like on the video, subscribe if you haven't. I'll see you guys next time.